Hey, what's up YouTube? Alright, I got another workout video for you guys, and this time we're going to be training back. And this, what we're seeing here, is a little activation exercise that I do for my lats to help my lats switch on. So what I'm trying to do with this seated row is trying to squeeze my lats, and then I'm also turning my torso, which is helping to shorten my lats, and then I'll hold that position for a couple of seconds and get a big contraction in the lats. And you'll find that when you go to your exercises from then on, you'll be able to feel the muscle a little bit more. I don't spend too much time on there, 5 or 6 reps for 2 sets on each of those, and then I move on. And my first exercise that I'm doing in this workout is the pullover machine. So we've got this new Nautilus pullover machine here. This is just to isolate the lats before going on to all the other lifts, and then it's on to my bread and butter exercise. This is where I'm going to build the most muscle at the shortened range. So this is my shortened range movement. This is targeting the lats with a neutral grip. Went a bit heavier this week than usual and was struggling to get 6 reps. These are my 2 working sets. Like really struggling to get 6 reps, which is where I want to be, but then I'll throw in a back down set just to get a little bit more fatigue in the muscles, and also changed the foot placings here so I can get a bit more arch through the upper back, which helps to engage a bit more muscle, I find. Then the next movement is a pull down, so another neutral grip, staying away from sort of bicep tendonitis. So I find a neutral grip is better than a supinated grip for my back training at the moment. And I love this hoist machine. So now I'm sort of targeting the lats at the lengthened position. So I'll do another 2 working sets on this, and I'm spending the most time when the muscles lengthened with this exercise, as there's not a lot of contraction, especially on this machine. You get a lot more tension at the lengthened range and not so much at the shortened range. So I'm spending a lot more time there, really stretch out the lats and work the fibers in that range. And then the next exercise is a seated row. This is sort of hitting more mid-back or upper back and rear delts as well. This is a beautiful machine by Strava. I really love this angle on this piece. So another 2 working sets on that. And then this is a sort of modified shrug where I'm trying to hit sort of the upper part of my scapula between my shoulder blades, try and build up the thickness in the traps, and just hit the traps from a different angle. With this exercise, I find it's a great one. You can also do it with dumbbells, but sometimes the rope is a better option. But back has been a big improvement the last few years, and following these sort of principles with my training. So I'll do 2 exercises for lats and maybe one or 2 exercises for upper back with an isolation movement. 5 exercises, keep it pretty simple, and just change them up slightly week to week. I find has been the most effective way to train my lats. Very similar to a Dorian Yates approach, which is sort of isolate the muscle first and then sort of hit it with your rows and your pull downs. Again, no more than say 2 working sets per exercise, sometimes 1 depending on what sort of intensity I can get into that one movement. But that's the video wrapped up. I hope you guys got a few good tips for that. The only thing that I would add would be a unilateral movement next time. Sometimes I find that'll help with imbalances and things like that, and it's a good idea to sort of chuck in a unilateral movement for your back workouts. But that's the video wrapped up. Catch you guys again soon.